evaluation for Lindsay's speech.
Javi, what was her time, please?
I'm sorry.
What was Lindsay's time?
Lindsay was 6 minutes and 13 seconds.
So Lindsay repeated her second speech, and the goal was to use the evaluation that we gave her the first time she did her speech. First off, her time was much better. The first time she did 7 minutes 23, so she was right on the threshold. But this time she did it in 6 minutes and 13, so she came back and worked within the time limit. As the first speech, she opened up her speech with her refreshing and lovely singing voice. And maybe the next speech she can sing the whole speech instead of talking, because you do have a very nice singing voice. The same notes, she kept the audience interested. I was looking around the room. Everybody was interested in what she was saying. It's a very interesting topic going back in time on how people were writing songs and how she elaborated how it might be outdated. And a lot of things today are probably outdated because that happened centuries ago. The flow of the speech worked well. She had very good eye contact again. She did, because she knows the topic very well, she seems to go a little bit quick. You do seem to do, but that's because you know the topic. I think when you know something as well as you do, it just flows. This time around you used less notes. You stood in front of the podium, the lecture, instead of behind it, so you kind of came in front of everybody and didn't hide behind the lecture, which I'm doing right now. Anything else I have? Again, it was a very good speech. I think it's nice to see her grow as a public speaker from when she first started. I think her and I came in the Toastmasters about the same time a few months back. And her use of tone, I think everybody heard her. I don't know if anybody could not hear her in the room. I could hear her very well. Again, engaging in the audience. Physical gestures, she was gesturing as she was doing the speech. And all in all, again, a very good speech. Congratulations.
Thank you. The timer report will be given by Harvey. Oh, the grammarian.
Robbie's evaluation by
Oh, sorry. Al will give the evaluation for the second speech, Robbie's speech.
Thank you for a very interesting speech. It was a vast topic. It was sort of like that, sort of akin to that stage play you see from time to time, the complete works of William Shakespeare reduced. And there were things in this I knew, things I did not know. I did not know that China required the technology in order to do a deal. I did not know that the companies that Americans did business with over there were often founded by the Chinese government. There's a lot of very interesting things here that aren't immediately apparent, or not immediately apparent when we read the headlines. I think one thing that would have been helpful to me personally and would have been a statement of objectives. But I didn't know where you were going with this speech, and that could have been either announced at the beginning of the speech or sent to me, and I could have read it, and I could have read this ahead of time. The big thing I would suggest, though, is choosing narrower topic. It was like I say, it was like the works of William Shakespeare reduced. There was so much, you could only get a little taste of a small amount of things. I would have loved to have seen 5 to 7 minutes on soybeans in China, for example, and the interrelationship between the Trump administration, his support of the soybean producing people, and tariffs. I would have loved to have seen more about or heard more about the technology sharing requirements and that sort of thing. The relationship with Turkey. Any of these things could have given ample material for 5 to 7 minutes, many times over. And I think the speech would have been more effective if you'd gone deeper rather than deeper than broader. The speech was plenty loud. I could hear from where I was. I could have heard if I was in the back of the room. So plenty of volume there, plenty of eye contact. And what was the timer report for Robbie?
The timing was 8 minutes and 45, so that was over.
So you're a little bit over time. All right, that would be my challenge. What I'm using here is the form from Pathways. Like I said, if anybody wants to stick around afterwards, I can show you what it is. I'll email this to you so you have it to hang on to. This way you can read my handwriting very easily as opposed to needing a cryptographer to decipher it.
Thank you.